Alright. I really didn't think I'd be making this video, but here we are. So, how has MonerAds developed, and why aren't we somewhere else? Here's the question, right? And I think it's a scalability issue, and I think it's also something with CoinIMP. So I really want to cover today how we've grown and how CoinIMP's grown, and with webchain, and how we can put it together. So here's the deal, okay? Um, 8, give or take 8 months ago, um, I'm sitting in physics class, right? Trading cryptocurrencies, looking at analysis, news on sites, and I'm telling you, man, there's just ads everywhere. Every single place you look, banner ad, banner ad. It's just bad news bears. Ads are really heavy at the time. I don't think crypto ads were banned just yet. Maybe they were. And then they got repealed. Who cares, right? Point is, I said, you know what? These ads, just too much, too much, too much. Let's mine Monero instead of ads, and create revenue for online publishers using compute-based Monero mining. Through, all the users come, they mine Monero, and they don't have to use ads. And I liked it. I saw the profitability in it. CPU coin, right? That's the whole deal with it. And so I started working towards that. And I think end of the school year, had the idea set, built the team up. I'm working with a kid, very, very talented coder, who goes to my school. His name's Cameron. Very, very lucky to have him. We're working together to get this going, and we've got MonerAds, right? So we spent the summer, a lot of tax stuff, a lot of registration stuff. We got it down registration-wise. We got the accounting down, and we got the local municipality. We got it regulated so that when we go to bigger institutional clients, they know who we are. We've got history. We've got a strong local presence, and more significantly, we figured out how to account and make it so that you can pay these guys $10 million in Monero, and they can actually account for it on their taxes and not get screwed. And that's the point with it, right? So built that, and then on top of that, we've so when we were looking at it, right, we were 3 months into the project, and it was just us two guys, and it didn't. Looking online, we're trying to figure out how we're gonna make this Monero miner work in the sandbox browser sandboxes, so that people can do it. They don't have to download it. They just push yes, disable ads, 100%, and then they're just mining the currency in the background. They don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. It's supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be fluid. It's supposed to be an easy transition from traditional centralized advertising to decentralized compute power contributions. That's the point of it, right? Um, so here's what we did, right? We're looking at specifically CoinIMP, CoinHive, the people that had the mining software. And we're running through the stuff. We're looking at XMRig, XMR, how the miners work, how tough it is to get. Mostly smooth integrations, because you want it to be an easy transition for the user and the miner, right? The end user who's just trying to look at content, not the publisher. They just want it easy. But it's implemented at the publisher level, and that's the point, right? Is it's the publisher's choice to bring this technology to their platform, and hopefully to increase revenues through online monetization with cryptocurrencies, because it's a very powerful engine. All the metrics we ran, it was a while ago, right? So it's different. But we were running metrics with Monero, and they were just killing it, right? It was much more profitable than traditional CPM 1,000 rate ads, right? Because you get 2%, and then with general entertainment rates, it's not as good as mining cryptocurrencies. So then we see CoinIMP come in, right? And they've got the miner, they've got it set up, they have it working, and it's like, why? It just makes sense, right? To use this technology and implement it with front end, pop up, make it work. This is the option for the user. Here's how it's gonna happen. Um, so we built the pop up, the company. We built the interface really around using front end implementations, front end development, and API access, so that it streamlines publisher integration. Right? You want to make it easy, so that they can just add it onto their sites, not have to worry about traditional ads, and get it going. So we built that, and we used the CoinIMP backend, right? So we developed the API transfers, and you sign up on CoinIMP, sign up on MonerAds, implement them together, and now you've got the pop-up, you got the ad blocking technology, wherein you can push yes or no if you want block ads, and then it will enable ads or just leave them disabled, because there's a lot of really finicky stuff you need to do with Google Analytics and their terms and conditions, so that your ads don't violate their terms of use, because you still want to have the option for traditional advertising, because not everyone's going to want to go straight to this new technology, and you want to give publishers monetization no matter what their users decide to do, and that's the point of it, right? So built the pop-up, and now further develop the front end and our local back end, but it's all based off of CoinIMP and the CoinIMP miner. And now that the webchain project is launched, it's been a very, very different ball game, because with the webchain platform, it's less, first of all, less stable. I mean, obviously, you're pitching this to companies that need to make money, and you've got a network currency that is, Monero is just historically more stable, because it's new. Webchain's new. It's totally cool, new project. Um, it's listed on exchanges. It's in its infant stages, right? It's not on big exchanges. It doesn't have a particularly stable price point. But here's the thing: is with the webchain network that CoinIMP's team has developed, it's significantly more profitable than Monero. From calculations to difficulty ratings, through just raw metrics, it makes more sense for front end publishers to use webchain mining instead of Monero, because it's a new network and it was designed systematically for profitability with consumer SKU CPUs. And additionally, it's a little more efficient with the electricity usage, which is really important, because you got to understand you're trading electricity for ads for, if slight, but electricity for mining. And that's a real impact on the environment. So it's very important. But the main thing with it is the webchain network is more profitable than the Monero network for mining and using compute-based online alternatives to advertising. So here's where I'm at in the road. We've got MonerAds, and I'm working with local publishers, and it's tough, right? Because you've got to convince these guys that, hey, you know what, your newspaper that makes money off ads, let's take that. Yeah, nice project you got there. And then you're basically changing their whole monetization. It's like, come in here, we're gonna put this pop up. It's gonna implement this miner. It's gonna run in the sandbox of browsers, and you're gonna get paid in cryptocurrency. And now you've got to deal with, how are you getting paid? Automated transactions. Do you want this in USD? You got to transfer it here, transfer it there, sell it there. You've got to really change the way your operations work so that you can adapt to this cryptocurrency. And you don't want to make it an adaptation for the publisher. You don't want to make it an adaptation for the user. It needs to be streamlined, and that's what we're trying to do. But it's very difficult for a couple of reasons, but mostly because here's the deal, right? CoinIMP, you got like 20 people or something like that working to develop the miner. And I also see, they've got recent projects with webchain, and specifically now the imp token, whatever's going on with that, wherein they're like reintroducing advertising, but without Google ads, which is interesting, because Google Ads has historically been the most profitable for publishers, and I think you need to focus on publisher happiness, satisfaction, and profitability, because that's what matters. Is you're making money for these people that are publishing online content. Um, so I see what they're doing with that, and I'm sure they've got future projects. They're a big team. They've got visions for sure. They got projects in the work, um, but I think the problem with it is I want this on New York Times, right? Like I want this on WSJ. You want to make it something that, because the way I see it is this is a totally legit way um, to monetize online content. And you've got better profitability metrics using the webchain.network than most of these guys on Google Ads see. So by removing advertisements and increasing the quality of the user experience, you've got better profitability for your online website and content. But the problem is implementation and streamlining. So we're not, MonerAds and CoinIMP, they're just totally separate. Even though we're using the CoinIMP miner, we've got everything going through our own systems right now. And it's a big problem because it's tough to get institutional clients when you've got a totally separate back end. And at the same time, CoinIMP's front end, it's like, you leave it up to the website designers to figure out how to tell people, hey, run this, blah, blah, blah. This is how it works. This is what you should tell your users. What MonerAds has done is we've got the whole front end, got the pop-up, got the implementation, just push yes, disable ads, you're good. And then we've also got the consumer website, right? So it's like learn more, because people don't know what this technology is. And then it's like, here's what it is, here's what it does, here's what you need to know about it. It doesn't access your files, it's private. Here's what it does for online publishers. This is why you should use it through the online monetization. This is how much it makes. This is what you can expect from it. And CoinIMP, just like, it's none of that, right? It's like, we mine Monero, WebChain. It's like people don't know what that is, and people don't care what that is. They just want the maximum profitability in their websites, and then also user experience. Because user experience is going to incentivize growth through, if you got one website and you know that you can get there without ads, you're going to go there for news. It just makes sense. And that's what we've seen with most of the people we've worked with, is they can appreciate the publishers going without ads and using this alternative. So here's the deal, right? We really need CoinIMP. We've been trying to talk to them for many, many months, and we've been working to work with them because it's important that this project gets out so that you can have some alternative to centralized advertising systems. So it's not all the power in one hand, and you can spread out the profitability and give these network publishers options to do what they really want to do, which is just, monetize their content, pay their writers, and then their writers go out, spend money. It's like, it fuels the economy by increasing revenue, which allows them to further develop their teams. So CoinIMP, we've been talking with them for a while. We've sent them a lot of letters, and it's been really difficult. We're asking them to help us out with the API keys to streamline integrations, to make it easier for these developers to implement their miner, right? And the way we're working off of it right now is we ask our clients to use our referral link to CoinIMP, which just takes all the money from CoinIMP, gives it to us. They take a 1% cut, and then instead of them getting that, we get it, which, I'd rather work together with them to build something that's more valuable than both MonerAds and CoinIMP alone. And I think implementing the webchain.network into that, we can create tremendous value for our current clients and further growth through new institutions that can monetize their content more effectively with a joint MonerAds CoinIMP project. So I've sent you guys a lot of letters, but it's just I've had no, very little response. You guys, you're killing me. I want to make this happen. I think we can make this happen together much better than alone. I think we have significantly more value as an added enterprise. So CoinIMP, consider MonerAds. Let's make this happen. Let's bring blockchain compute powered online monetization to the world. Thanks.